Oh, hey, I see you're back. Yes, I want you to know that you've been accepted into to work at the coffee shop. So, the way that this is gonna work is, actually, would you like some coffee before we begin the explanation of what you're gonna do? Yes. Okay. Um, I always serve first, just in case. Before anybody walks in that is going to receive training. So, yes, here you go. Yeah, there. So, at the way that we start this processing, given that this is already like a small business, the best thing I can explain is that you're going to be doing for a little while. You're going to be on cashier duty for a little bit. Of course, you're going to be able to, in some cases, see how the coffee gets made. If you have trouble with math, actually, that's a very good question. How fast are your reflexes, or how fast you think you are able to do mental math? Do you think that that is possible? Okay, so you say it's average. Not need to worry. Um, we don't have like the fancy special versions of to put the money in. We don't have that. What we do have that a lot that gives you the whole process immediately, like in retail stores and other coffee shops. Things are still in progress as we speak. So if anything goes wrong, you do have a calculator, and that should help remedy a lot of the issues you could encounter. We have many calculators so that if one ends up not working or ends up being faulty at some point, you are able to quickly switch between. Yes, it's right there in the drawer. And if anything goes wrong, while you are calculating and filling out the orders, you will be able to get it as quickly as possible. You should have no issues in that regard. It should be totally swift for what it is at this point. Eventually, as things continue to get better and things continue to progress, we should be able to gather enough income for the business so that we can buy a much better form of technology for this, and we can make things much more seamless, much more streamlined. Yes, it is very important that our new workers and our new employees get to know these sort of whereabouts about the business, so that if they do encounter troubles, that they do know what to do at the end of the day. Consider, actually, another one. Are you going to work or much more earlier in the morning, or more towards midday? And by this I mean from 11 to 3 o'clock of the afternoon. Alright, that is an excellent option. Either way, what I tell the newcomers is that as they are learning the ropes and as they're learning everything, we do give each person 1 day per person to like clean the bathroom, so you don't have to worry about that. Our janitor is going to be able to explain, or at least the person that has the most experience at this point, being able to do that, is going to be able to explain to you when is the day that is going to be relevant for you so that you can keep the place clean. Yes, considering that this is, again, very small, but, very compact. We all sort of know each other at this point, and we all know how things go around here. We don't like trouble. We try to keep things as simple as possible. So once you begin working, you can certainly ask him, or in one of the days of training, you can ask, yes, that other capybara over there, and he's also going to be able to explain to you how this goes. Yes, as you can definitely see, this is sort of mostly a family business. A lot of like the more higher ups, if you want to call it that, but that's quite corporate in my opinion. It's that a lot of the top guys here are capybaras. I know that you're not a capybara, but at least for what it's the family's worth, we do like bringing other people in. People do get surprised when they see us, so don't get too worried if people throw in a side eye or something of suspicion, considering we're capybaras and we are very much expected to keep up with the health regulations. Yes, that's another one. You need to be sure to always wash your hands, always remember that. There are always signs in the bathroom, but please do always take your time to wash your hands if you do go to the restroom. Don't go walking out and suddenly working with the cash like with dirty hands, or even once you reach the point where you're able to work with the coffee, then do not end up with your hands dirty, because that is unpleasant. A lot of the clientele here are very perceptive, and they will inform you, they will tell you if something isn't going, if something seems off, or if you didn't wash your hands. That, like, again, they are very perceptive, they are very sometimes specific, they're very chill clients. But since there aren't that many people that arrive all in a single time, especially like since they see us and they know us, then they will look out and they will let us know, like, hey, there is not very good behavior here, or if there isn't, or if there are new people coming in and like trying out the coffee and everything, they will like allow people, the new clients, to tell them that this place is pretty clean and it's pretty good for us, because when new people come in, like, it's a pretty clean place, it's pretty neat and tidy, and that's very important. Like I had mentioned, like before, like while I was interviewing you, like, again, we keep things nice, clean, good. So one more thing, yes, there is one area for the cashier. Sometimes we have two. We make space for two. If the day does get a little bit busy, we do have a tiny extra little setup. So it's right there to your left. You open up you open up that table, and it immediately will set everything will, yes, if you press on the button that says literally on, it will trigger everything, open up, kind of like the Iron Man movies. I know that it's very strange for us to have something like this, but bear with me. I did build this myself along with the other capybaras. We are very inventive in that regard, so we took what we could, and this is what we were able to create. It's not perfect by any means, but it definitely means that you aren't going to have a harder time the moment that things, get in a pinch, and if things were to get under pressure, and the client's a little bit restless, if it's time for lunch, and usually that's kind of like a rush hour for us. Having that allows us to speed up the process. Again, it is very easy to set up, so that is there. You know about the bathroom, which you'll be able to receive further notice from the janitor capybara. And as for me, I do tend to watch around and keep watch over everything, a much more managerial position. You could say I am the CEO of this whole coffee shop, but I do like to spend time and basically take the role of the Capybarista if a new trainee doesn't know what's going on, or if they prepare the coffee in a certain way that isn't the way that the flavor should be. If it's way too strong, I make sure that the balance is there. That's just right. Especially with the clients that arrive here, which you will notice as you work here, it's going to be familiar faces. So, well, most of the time, sometimes we get new people, like I say, and it's because, word of mouth, and in this day and age, humans like to use those very specific devices, those ones where you can touch everything. Yes, I do have one of those. I just do not use it too often because obviously I keep working within the business, keep working within the coffee shop, and thus I dedicate myself a lot to that and to help the Capybarista community, if you will. There are a lot of other capybaras that got inspired by this. So, it helps a lot. It helps that a human is going to help us along with this. It helps that other animals are helping along with this. It also helps that everybody, looks after each other. And again, cleanliness is incredibly important, especially since it's us that are working here. I know that you humans will probably have a much better and much more smoother time taking care of yourself in that regard, but please do take precaution and do wash your hands in a very well manner. The whole 20-second thing, saying happy birthday if you need to, or whatever you want to do that helps you keep yourself clean. The other thing, we will send you a signature shirt for the coffee shop. And what else? Well, you can wear whatever pants you want, as long as it's long pants. Please do so. You can wait, but you must wear the shirt that tells of the coffee shop. So that's the way that they'll know that you work here and that things aren't, unorganized or unprofessional. We like to avoid that, but we also do like to look out for the comfort of the people that are helping us at the coffee shop, the people that work here. We want to make sure that they are comfortable. I hope you do understand all these things, and you know, if any of this gets overwhelming, I do hope that you feel enough trust to ask me any questions, because in this environment, it is perfectly normal to ask questions. There is no right or wrong answers. There really is just a lot of learning. And what better way to do that than to begin practicing? So yes, you're opening everything correctly. Yeah, yes, there you go. That's how it is. Yes, calculator is right there. Excellent. So how do you change? How do you put this amount of change into dollars? Okay, good. You're doing well. You said you were normal, kind of average in terms of that. So it's totally fine. This isn't going to require anything crazy. And that just requires that you think quick on your feet when it comes to these things. And again, if anything goes wrong, that is like that you may not understand, it is a good idea if you call me, and I will be able to assist you in any way I can. And if a meeting needs to be done, if there is a extraordinary circumstance by any sort of mean, if something strange happens, if there are disagreements, we can have a meeting, and we will be able to solve that in a much more swift and professional and chill manner, because that is also very important. We want this to be a chill environment. We want this to be, comfortable for everyone involved. Okay, so I guess I will see you around. All right, do have a good day. I will see you. I will see you tomorrow. Yes, because it is still a weekday. So that is all. So we'll see you tomorrow. All right. Goodbye.